Hey boo, it's Yvonne Michel coming straight from the den every Monday. You're listening to season 2, episode 1. It is the revamp or whatever you want to call it. I am back, okay? You already know I am bringing inspiration, advice, tips, and story times with a twist of godly inspiration. And this is a place where you can get good, honest content, okay? And if you're new, hey boo. Welcome back, welcome back. I'm happy to be back. I'm just happy to be here and to be doing this again because I really did enjoy it, okay? It's just life just took over, and you already know what happens when life takes over. You're just like, let me recollect myself. That's where I was at. I was like, let me recollect myself, put all the pieces back together, because tape was not working, and that's what it felt like. It felt like tape was just going on a broken plate, and that don't work when you need to put food on it, okay? So I got all the pieces. I done got a whole new plate, okay? God done refurbished me. All right, so that's what I really needed. I needed to be refurbished, refreshed, renewed, and just put on a new skin. So today's episode is You Can't Do It Alone, because we're going to continue giving our positive vibes, but with a twist, with godly inspiration, with God on your side. And that's why this episode is You Can't Do It Alone. We're going to refer to Psalm 62. I'm just going to give you like a little recap of what I have here. I got it right here on my Bible app. If you don't have the Bible app, boo, what you doing? You need the Bible app. Get the Bible app. You need it in your life. You can do these plans. You could do prayers. You could just look at scriptures. You could read the Bible if you want. Just open the Bible app because that's what you need in your life. Okay, anyway, so Psalm 62 basically says, this, I highlighted the ones that I wanted to share with y'all. I know y'all can't see that. My lights are always too bright. But he is my rock and my salvation, my fortress where I will never be shaken. So he will always be there. He will be the rock that you can stand on, your salvation. He will never leave your side. He will always save you. He is your savior. And that is something that is so like strong and piercing to my heart, because it's like, wow, like he will never leave me. I will never be shaken. Like I will never be taken or gotten or anything from my enemies, because God is always there for me. And that lets me know that I am not alone, and I won't ever need to do it alone, because I can. You try to do things alone and then you like tripping and falling and skipping, and you're just like, then you start to fall into those. That's when you have a void. That's when your void grows, and you start to fall into those habits of gambling or sex addiction or drugs or alcohol, you know, addictions that are not, like when you're over consuming in something that doesn't even be over consumed in. So that is when you call on God and you let him know, like, Lord, I can't do it. He will take you as you are. Actually, today I learned that. I was reading my devotional this morning. Oh my gosh, I wish that I don't know where my book is. Oh, it's right here next to me. Oh my gosh, okay, perfect. Because I thought it was in my car or something, because I need to take one with me before I get in my car and drive. I need to take my devotion with me. So today, devotion was Come As You Are. He'll always take you as you are, which was Romans 1, 5, and 6. And sometimes this devotional book, this one is Love Out Loud by Joyce Meyer. Sometimes the devotional book doesn't give, like, it gives different versions. So I'm gonna pull it up in my Bible app, Romans 1, 5, 6. Let me go to that. And it's just like, and that was perfect timing, because it's like, God, like, you will take me as I am. I don't have to alter myself. I don't have to put on a facade. I don't have to act a certain way just to make it feel like I'm accepted by you, because you already accept me as I am. And I just felt that was so powerful to me. Okay, here. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna highlight it too so that I will have it here forever. Okay. So I like the NLT version, which is the New Living Translation. But of course, do it in the best translation that you understand and that you like. So the NLT version says, through Christ, God has given us the privilege and authority as apostles to tell Gentiles everywhere what God has done for them, so that they will believe and obey him bringing glory to his name. And you are included among those Gentiles who have been called to belong to Jesus Christ. Now, when I read that in her book, in Joyce Meyer's book, she basically said, it is through him that we have received grace. Okay, we always receive our grace and our honor from God. So, and this includes you, called of Jesus Christ, and invited as you are, she put in parentheses, as you are to belong to him. Now, when I read that, I was just like, Lord, you just take me as I am. I don't have to change myself. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to act like a certain way like most of us do for social media or at work or like, I don't have to do anything. I just have to be me. And he takes me as I am. Like, that is so powerful. I mean, the only person that you think to take you as you is your spouse, right? Your family sometimes, you know, it depends what kind of family it is. But when I read that, I was just like, I am not alone. And that takes me back to Psalm 62. He says, you are not alone. He is our rock. He is our salvation, and you shall not be shaken. And I just felt that jiggling all through my bones, okay? Because it's true. How many times do you think you can, how many times have you tried to do something on your own and it didn't work out, but when you called on God, it went like this? Or how many times you try to do things on your own and God was like, nah, I don't want you in that place. I want you in another place. And you were even more happier when God put you in that place that he intended for you to be in. How many times, you know? So continue calling on God. Don't think, oh, God did this one thing for me, I got the rest. No, it's never the case. God has everything. He has your future planned out. He predestined you, okay? He thought about you before you was born. He is thinking about you now, and he's thinking about your future. He has everything planned out for you. You have a purpose, okay? Don't ever think that you don't have a purpose, but I want you to understand today that you can't do it alone. You have to trust in God. You have to trust in him. And you know what? One of the best parts of Psalm 62, I'm going to go back to it on my Bible app. Y'all should be following along with me, but if you can't because you're driving or whatever, that is perfectly fine. I just want you to look at this verse because Psalm 62, well, this not even verse, this, you know, this chapter of book Psalms, Psalm 62 says, I highlighted it here at the bottom. It says, God has spoken plainly, and I have heard it many times. Power, oh God, belongs to you. God has told you many times that I've got you. I'm your salvation. You need to trust in me. You need to believe in me. Okay? Oh, my people, trust in him at all times. Pour out your heart to him, for God is our refuge. He's our savior. So why are you pouring yourself into alcohol or drugs or sex addictions or whatever the case may be? Why are you putting it on all these temporary fixtures when you need to be putting it on God, who is forever, eternal? Okay? Never leave your side, never forsake you. You will never be alone because you have God. You can't do it alone. You can't do it without him. You can try, okay? You maybe succeed one time, but as time goes on, you're gonna feel an empty void. You're going to feel like you need to fill that void, and that's when, you know, things trickle and it gets complicated. Where with God, it's never complicated. All you gotta do is trust in him, believe in him, be his disciple. There is no confusion. There is no confusion at all. So that is what I get from Psalm 62, is that you can't do it alone. You gotta do it with him. You have to trust in him and just continue moving your feet towards him. Draw near to him, because without God, there's nothing. There is nothing. And then there's always a feeling like, oh, there's a higher power. There's a higher power. It's God. Point blank, it's God. It's nothing else but God. I mean, what would Jesus do? You know, trust God. Aren't they one and the same? Yes. So where's the confusion? Let me stop. No, but for real, honestly, you can't do it without him. You can't do it alone. And that's point blank, period. And that's what I've been dealing with from since I stopped making podcasts till now, which is January 4th. that's what I've been dealing with. Like, I really tried to do it on my own before, while I was doing podcasting. Before July, I really tried to do it on my own. I really did. And I was just crumbling. Like, I was a piece of cake, and I was just, now I was crumble cake. I could not. I tried it and it didn't work, okay? And I tried it and it didn't work. And I tried it and I had a void, and I was like, whoa. I can't keep filling my void with temporary fixtures. And not saying I filled it with drugs or gambling or alcohol. I'm just saying, like, I tried to fill it with getting my nails done all the time, getting my makeup done all the time, getting these cute clothes all the time, or whatever. And then it would turn into a depression of, oh, I don't like the way I look, I don't like the way I feel. I start comparing myself to other people, and then it turns into something else that it doesn't need to turn into, and then it just trickles, right? It trickles. And then when July hit, I really needed to stop everything, focus on my connection with God. And I started going back to church. I started to really take off the old me and put on the new me. And that's the new me is what God made for me. He restored me, he renewed me, and I needed him. I could not do it alone. To this day, I will not do it alone. When I'm 80, Lord willing, I won't be able to do it without God. And I'm trying to express that to you, that you won't ever be able to do it without God. You will never have a foot in front of him, because he has promised you his promises. He has made your future already. You just have to trust him. And in that note, love you, boo. Later, boo.